welcome back to the Crisis Report. I know it has not been that long. It is March 31st, 2025. Today we're going to be talking about what just dropped information, which is why I really like doing it this way. Marine Le Pen, the French right-wing, right side of politics, far right, has been barred from office because of a embezzlement trial and verdict. So you can expect all HE double hockey sticks to start to happen in France over that. There's a 2027 election coming up, and she will not be able to do it. She is currently the most popular person for the next leadership role in France. So, as all the people say when they scream, they're doing what they usually do, which is barring people through bogus trials and everything else from getting office. So this is going to affect, France is going to affect a lot of different things, and we're going to cover it. Iran has definitely been responding to Trump. Trump has been talking to Putin and to Zelensky. And the war is still, or the world is still on a war footing. So we're going to go over that as well. Hopefully you checked out the one from yesterday evening, about 12 hours ago. Well, we've got enough intel for another one here. Not a long one, but definitely one that will tell you everything that's going on as it has happened in the last 12 hours. So sit back, hit that like button, consider becoming a member like Mr. Lonnie Beatty and other friends that are supportive of the channel and what we're doing here. We go out, we find the information, we tabulate it, we read it. That way all you have to do is strap on the earbuds, walk around your house, water your garden, clean up your whatever you need to do, and you get everything on the most comprehensive news on YouTube, fed right to your ear. And if you like to read all this and you want to know where things are going and get some of the links, the report is on Substack. It is PrepperNow.substack.com. Crisis Report is put there for all to see. And we have about 500 members over there, which is really nice. Some pay for the service as a way to, tip. And the others just do it for free. It doesn't really matter. You can go however you want to do it. If you want to become a member over there, it's a great way to get all this into your inbox. And it also reminds you that we are going live on YouTube very shortly. All right, here we go. This is your crisis report for March 31st, 2025. Hamas has announced that they executed 6 Palestinians involved in the anti-Hamas protests, accusing them of being Zionist collaborators. America has resumed its airstrikes in Yemen. Limo from Putin's fleet has exploded. It was about a day and a half ago. I didn't cover it yesterday. It caught fire in Moscow. There were that it was an attempt on Putin's life. Reports did not reveal who was using the car, believed to be owned by Putin's presidential property management department when the shocking incident occurred. So we're going to hear more about that. But it was definitely, imagine any world leader rolling down the street and all of a sudden one of their people in their motorcade just randomly explodes. Pretty big deal. Hezbollah's Naim Qassem threatened to resume war if Israel continues striking Lebanon, warning of other options if demands aren't met. Houthi spokesman said we attacked the USS Harry S. Truman carrier 3 times last night. El Arabiya Network, 18 American attacks tonight in Yemen, including an attack on a gathering of senior Houthi officials. IDF weekend activities. The IDF forces operated in the foothills of Mount Hermon in Syria. They located military infrastructure, including military equipment and an explosive device weighing tens of kilograms. Final stage of the war, according to Prime Minister Netanyahu, Hamas will lay down its weapons. Its leaders will be allowed to go out. We will ensure general security in the Gaza Strip and enable the implementation of the Trump plan, the voluntary immigration plan. This is the plan. We are not hiding it. We are ready to discuss it at any time. Negotiations for the release of hostages. Hamas agrees to release 5 live hostages over 50 days, 5 installments, 1 hostage every 10 days. In Israel, they oppose and demand 11 live hostages, half the kidnapped people, 40 days. Release of the 11 hostages alive in the beginning of the deal. Additionally, ensuring the safety of the hostages, a commitment that humanitarian supplies will reach the residents of the Gaza Strip and not go straight to Hamas. Death toll from the Myanmar earthquake now is over 1,700, a list 17 killed in Thailand alone. According to the latest IAEA report, Iran has doubled its 60% enrichment uranium stockpile, reaching a level sufficient to produce 6 nuclear bombs. U.S. intelligence reports indicate that Iran could become a nuclear power in less than a week with its current resources. These two factors are explaining how Iran will never agree to abandon its nuclear program. This is precisely why conflict seems inevitable. The only question is when and how. The when appears to be within the next 5 weeks, based on President Trump's 2-month deadline announced a week ago. The who is fairly obvious, given that half of the U.S. strategic bombers are already stationed at Diego Garcia. Will the Ayatollah regime be toppled? No. Will they have hard work for years and rebuild their nuclear capability? Yes. Will they seek revenge for this event by biding their time, waiting for America's decline, and then joining Russia against Israel as described in Ezekiel 38? Absolutely. So that is what Amir Sarfati thinks. We're going to cover another buildup that is happening across the world for more conflict. United States President Donald Trump issued a strong threat in conversation with NBC. It said if the Iranians don't make a deal, there will be bombs, and they will be bombs like they've never seen before. Iranian missiles are loaded on the launchers in all underground missile cities and are ready for launch. State-run Tehran Times English newspaper reported on Sunday, citing information it received. Current buildup: Diego Garcia Air Base, Indian Ocean, 7 B-2 Spirit stealth bombers, 8 B-52 Stratofortress, 7 Boeing C-17 Globemasters, 10 Boeing KC-135 Stratotankers, and 1 P-8A Poseidon. These are the numbers that are confirmed, and they are conservative estimates. This is an unprecedented amount of air power concentrated in a single location. Trump, to meet the press, says if Iran does not go to a nuclear deal, then there will be bombs, and the bombs will be like they've never seen before. Iran and the U.S. Is Trump serious? The truly interesting news to me is not from the impressive bombers, but from the gray things. For years, American presidents have preferred a nuclear Iran over the spectrum. Democrats loved her because they wanted to tear Iran away from China. Republicans are against it because they want to tear Russia away from China. Along the way, Arab countries and Israel join forces, buy weapons, and make agreements under U.S. auspices. Unlike American presidents and his own presidency since 2016, is serious about Iran because the trade war is his top goal. Policy of maintaining power and balance of terror between Iran and its path to nuclear weapons in the Arab countries and Israel is no longer relevant. If China invests billions in Iran, if the Houthis, under the auspices of Iran, block a shipping route, if Iran occasionally flirts with India, if Hezbollah threatens gas rigs, Iran is entering head-on into the president's superpower war. Policy of containing Iran served Iran in another era before the U.S. became an energy powerhouse, for Abraham Accords, before Russia-Ukraine war, for Iran proved with the Houthis that it had the power to stop trade routes, before Western Europe radicalism. Iran sits between China and India. It is a big country that potentially, just from selling energy, can hold Asia and become a power in its own right. In the era of the trade war in which the U.S. is seeking to create control of trade routes, Panama Canal, Greenland, and the completion of the Abraham Accords for the trade route that will pass through Israel and Gaza, Iran has no right to exist as a country, that it is not clear American proxy, otherwise it is an energy threat. So, in his opinion, Trump is very serious. Iranian leader Ali Khamenei, if the U.S. carries out Trump's threats, it will suffer a blow. Turkey-funded terrorist cell captured in Israel. Shin Bet Israeli police captured 6 Palestinians from Nablus, part of Hamas-directed cell operating out of Turkey and planning attacks in Israel. Authorities seized an IED near Jit, an M16 rifle, and $60,000 in cash. French court has convicted right-wing leader Marine Le Pen of embezzling European Parliament election funds. Massive U.S. military airlift operation is underway over the past 3 days. More than 16 United States Air Force C-17 Globemasters 3 transport aircraft have landed at Osan Air Base in South Korea before continuing to Isa Air Base in Bahrain. Unconfirmed reports suggest the cargo includes advanced air defense systems, potentially Patriot missile batteries, being positioned as the region braces for further escalation. Wall Street Journal editorial, the Biden State Department and USAID transferred tens of millions of dollars directly and indirectly to Israeli NGOs working to bring down the Netanyahu government. Frances Le Pen reportedly has received an immediate election ban. We're going to get more into that in a moment. Anti-Tesla and Musk protesters rallied in Manhattan, New York. Columbia grads chant Free Palestine near tear diplomas in protest of the school's ties to pro-Israel lobby and Trump-era deportations of dissenting students. Zelensky is trying to walk away from the rare earth deal, and if he does, he's going to have problems, big, big problems, said Trump, the president. U.S. president says that his upcoming tariffs will hit all countries. Israeli army has issued evacuation order from Al-Salam, Al-Manara, Kisan, Al-Najjar neighborhoods in Rafah, Al-Nasser, Al-Shaka, municipalities of the Gaza Strip, where it will launch a ground attack. China's Xi Jinping will visit Vietnam, Malaysia, and Cambodia on his first overseas trip this year, likely starting in mid-April. The visit comes as Beijing seeks to strengthen ties with the regional partners amid the U.S.-China trade war, with Vietnam and Malaysia exposed to higher tariffs. Elon Musk, after he was heckled in Wisconsin rally, said it was inevitable that at least a few Soros operatives would be in the audience. Give my regards to George. Say hi to George for me, he said. Israel has appointed Eli Sharvit as the new head of the country's domestic intelligence agency, Shin Bet, following the dismissal of his predecessor, Ronan Bar, amid political infighting. Elon Musk on the Federal Reserve, or the Fed, said, and the Fed, oh yeah, I always wanted to say that. I think there are 20,000 people who work at the Fed. Why do we have so many people at the Fed, and what do they do? In the words of Arnold Schwarzenegger in the great movie Kindergarten Cop, who's your daddy and what does he do? Iran's Khamenei, the Zionist entity, and the Americans will face a harsh and powerful blow if they carry out hostile action. If the enemies attempt to provoke internal unrest, the Iranian people will respond as they have in the past with a strong and decisive strike. The time has come to punish Orban. Germany's next government says Germany's incoming coalition plans to push the EU to crack down harder on member states violating democratic principles. A draft coalition deal between Friedrich Merz's conservatives and the SPD calls for stricter enforcement, including suspending voting rights and withholding EU funds, because nothing says democracy like suspending voting rights. While Hungary isn't named, the Treasury clearly targets Orban's government, long accused of undermining rule of law and press freedom. Israeli police arrested Netanyahu spokesman Yonatan Urich and Eli Feldstein in connection with the Qatar Gate scandal, according to Sky News Arabic. Iran has vowed firm retaliatory response to the United States-Israeli aggression, according to Bloomberg. Marine Le Pen has been found guilty of embezzling European Parliament funds, facing serious consequences, legal penalties. She may receive a prison sentence of up to 10 years and a fine of up to 1 million euros. However, any prison sentence will likely be suspended pending appeal. Political impact: she could face an immediate 5-year ban from running for public office, potentially disqualifying her from the 2027 presidential election. This ban would apply even during an appeal process. The appeal process, if she appeals, the case will go to retrial, likely in 2026, potentially complicating her campaign efforts. French court banned Marine Le Pen from holding public office. Le Pen has been sentenced to ineligibility. Currently leading in the polls, has been effectively barred from running in the 2027 presidential election. So Marine Le Pen is now, until after appeal, and for her, what she's hoping for is striking this down. Marine Le Pen is now been taken out of the race, and she is the most popular of the people there. So this could have a really detrimental effect on their society. Trump says Zelensky is, by the way, he's trying to back out of the rare earth deal, and if he does not, he has some problems, big problems. He's never going to be a member of NATO. If he's looking to negotiate the deal, he's got a big problem. Earthquake with a preliminary magnitude of 3.2 rattled the central Los Angeles county area on Sunday evening. So another earthquake in LA. Japan megaquake could kill 298,000 people, the government says. Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia are afraid that after the truce with Ukraine, Putin will immediately go to war with them. So they are against the ceasefire in Ukraine. Foreign Minister Kaya Kallas, U.S. must step up pressure on Russia to stop Ukraine's conflict. German authorities do not plan to launch Russian gas through the surviving line of the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. This is according to the German Ministry of Economy and Representative. So the current buildup of the Diego Garcia Air Base in the Indian Ocean: 7 B-2 Spirits, 8 B-52s, 7 Boeing C-17 Globemasters, 10 Boeing KC-135 Stratotankers, and 1 P-8 Poseidon. Numbers that are confirmed, and they are conservative estimates. Is an unprecedented amount of air power concentrated in a single location. 6 United States Air Force B-2 Spirit stealth bombers, a third of the fleet, have been forward deployed to Diego Garcia over the last week. Harry S. Truman Carrier Strike Group continues strike operations against the Houthis. Carl Vinson CSG en route to the Middle East 1 to 2 weeks out. Israeli radar: U.S. strikes on Houthi tunnels in Yemen may serve as a model for practicing attacks on underground sites in Iran using stealth bombers and penetrator munitions. Hundreds of foreign students in the United States have been told they must self-deport or they will be forcibly deported for campus activism, including attending protests or posting on social media. This comes after the launch of the AI system Catch and Revoke, which trolls social media for politically incorrect speech. Speaking to reporters, Rubio said, "Every time I find one of these lunatics, I take away their visas. At some point, I hope we run out." There are over 1.1 million international students in the U.S. today. So you can see a lot of them having a lot of problems and having to figure out other ways or ideas of getting educated outside of the American university system. Not that that wouldn't currently be a loss. There's a reason why we have so many of these people. It is because of the policies that have invited them here and allowed them to do whatever they say. They use our free speech rules and then they protest, but the way they've been doing it is not really the way you're supposed to when you're getting violent. So 10 cities have been removed. Colombia, we've all seen it, and that's the deal. That is your crisis report for March 31st, 2025. Thank you so much for being here early in the morning. Really appreciate it. If you haven't heard the one from last night, the March 30th one, please go check that one out. It leads into this one. But yeah, crisis report March 31st, 2025 is over. We'll see you tomorrow on the next one. And really appreciate you being here. God bless you all. Thanks to my mods. Hit that like button. Consider becoming a member. Consider joining us on Subscribestar and Locals. Consider joining us in any one of the many places our community is. It is growing, and that is because of your support. So we really, really thank you for all of that support. We love having all of you here. Hopefully you like the new time slot in the morning. I got to tell you, it's been a little bit of an adjustment, but it's been a good adjustment. I really like doing this in the morning because now I got all the intel out and I can go find more. God bless. See you on the next one.